Welcome back to the channel. Jonathan here with another Twinmotion video, and yet again we've got another release of Twinmotion. So Twinmotion 2024.1.2 has just been released, and there's three particularly really nice features that I want to highlight for you and show you how to work these into your workflow. So first of all, we've got a really new cool feature called Triplanar Mapping. And I'll basically show you how this works in a moment in the tutorial. You'll be amazed about what it does when textures don't map on properly. We've also got one of my little favorite ones, which is a really nice kind of new option for Clearcoat. This makes any material really kind of like vibrant and enables you to put kind of a nice shine on as well, and so on, and you'll see how useful this is. But I think actually one of the most useful features at all is the new performance statistics enhancements to the basically statistics panel, and you'll be amazed about what this can do, and it can really help you manage your Twinmotion file and the size as well. Now of course we've got the usual bug fixes as well. So let's jump into a project. Now here I am in a really nice project by the famous artist Paul Rimser, and it's a really nice kind of modern barn project. You can see really lovely beautiful architecture in a wonderful environment. So what I'm going to do is just kind of like navigate down and look at this building in a bit more detail. And the first feature I really want to show you is this wonderful new Clearcoat function. So I'm going to use my texture tool just to sample that kind of cladding material there. And you can see that I can immediately kind of like darken that up a bit. But now if I scroll down just under the roughness section, there's the new Clearcoat section. So what we can do with Clearcoat is just apply that nice shiny kind of Clearcoat material on top of whatever material we've chosen. And I think you'll agree this immediately looks miles nicer just with that little bit of kind of shine. Okay, so let's go inside the model. You can see there's a lot of nice detail in this particular project, and let's have a look at how it can look on this table, for example. So I'm just going to drag in a few plants from the Twinmotion library to begin with. You'll see why in a second. And as you can see, the table is pretty dull at the moment. So let's get our texture tool and select our material for the table. Just going to adjust the lighting a little bit before I do that. I want a kind of nice bit of sunshine coming into the scene just to make this a bit more vibrant for you. Okay, so you'll see I'll scroll down to the Clearcoat function here, and let's basically enable that. And immediately, you know, you can see, wow, what a world of difference. The table is nice and shiny, and we now have this lovely adjustment of both the roughness and the opacity to get that kind of nice sort of varnished look. So for a lot of materials like this, where you're kind of like just trying to get a little bit of shine, as well as the roughness slider as well, you've now got this wonderful Clearcoat function that you can use. And this works pretty much on any material, as you can see, just using it on these plant pots just to get a little bit of extra reflectivity and reflection on there. Let's just try it on this wood here. So again, if these were varnished, they would give off a little bit more kind of like shininess and sort of reflectivity. So they look really, really cool. Now let's just look at one more little example. Let's just drag some more plants into this corner here. And at the moment, I think you'll agree, look how flat this looks. But with a little bit of Clearcoat enabled onto the floor, especially if you get the roughness down and the opacity up, you get those nice reflections coming through as if that floor was a sort of varnished floor. Now you really notice this, of course, once you get the lighting in and things like shadows enabled as well. So already it's really bringing the scene to life within a few seconds. So I really, really like this new function. I think the Clearcoat will be something that we'll be using in architecture quite frequently. And, you know, along with some of the other features that I talked about in my other video, if you haven't seen it, things like the Randomized UV for textures, these are really, really nice and welcome improvements. Good, so let's go through and now turn the lumen on. All of that was just in standard rendering, by the way. And with the lumen rendering, I think you'll agree, everything looks so much more realistic. Sometimes you do need to just adjust that time of day or maybe the ambient brightness in this particular scene. So I'm just going to boost up the sun intensity a little bit for you in this lumen rendering here. And already I think you'll agree, this scene looks pretty amazing in real time. And that's, of course, one of the absolute beauties of real-time rendering, particularly with Twinmotion. Good, so my scene's really coming to life already. You can see I've got some nice materials here. So once again, let's just look at how this one looks. So I'm going to go and sample that material. The first thing I just want to remind you of is the randomized UV, and that's really, really cool. So with this new triplanar mapping, not only have we got randomized UV, watch this. So you can see we've got a bit of a problem with the textures and the way they map around this sofa. You know, this is sort of classic for 3D objects that you've been importing. So watch what happens when we actually click world space for triplanar mapping, it makes a world of difference to the material and fabric there. It really does map significantly improved. And there's also local space, which gives a slightly different type of mapping as well. So let's see if we can really emphasize this for you by dragging on a new material and look at the difference between having it off and with the triplanar mapping on. So this is really going to fix a lot of these kind of texture mapping issues, particularly for things like imported items of furniture. You know, what a world of difference that made on that particular material. And you can see that with the randomized UV, you have a real flexibility. You can still kind of rotate and scale the materials as you would expect, but you know, I think you'll agree that makes a huge difference. Let's have another look at this example here. You know, classic thing like a rug, you can see the texture mapping is pretty messed up, to be honest. So let's drag on another one from our library, and let's just scroll down and select the material. And what we'll do is we'll just go down to the mapping, so UV, we'll open that up and click onto the triplanar mapping and go to world options. And while it's maybe not perfect, it's a world of improvement compared to what it was before, I think you'll agree. So these sort of issues on mapping of textures, this really should be quite easy to solve now with the latest Twinmotion 2024.1.2. So I'm really enjoying the new improvements also to the statistics panel. Now this means that you can really manage your Twinmotion files, and now we can click onto the textures tab. We can actually see the file size of this file is about 280 megabytes. Now watch this. So basically I'm going to go into the file. I can look at the particular size of some of these things like textures, and maybe for some that don't really kind of feature in the scene or the views that I'm actually going to do, I can actually either reselect those textures and reduce them in size, very easy to do by clicking on them, or I could actually click and basically go into them and do some editing if I wanted to. So it makes it extremely easy to edit the textures once you've got them into Twinmotion. But the most important thing is I can reduce the size of the project, potentially by identifying things like really large meshes. So you can see on this particular project, there's a couple of really big meshes. So maybe these outdoor chairs, I just don't really need these in this particular project. So I'm going to reduce them and wait until you see when I save the file, the reduction that we'll get. So there's a couple of other really big meshes in here, but I think maybe the great thing is it does allow me to identify how many triangles there are, the size of them, and also how many times they're actually used in the project as well. So let's just delete a few more. Okay, so that fireplace I could probably delete and go for more of an open kind of glazed fireplace there, so fairly unnecessary. Of course, things like HDRIs were bound to be the biggest contributor to your file sizes. Now, don't forget that if you have deleted some items and meshes and things like this, so there is that HDRI. If I had a Photoshop or something, I could edit that, right-click open, and just really significantly reduce the size. So instead of a 40 megabyte file, you know, we could get that down to something much more reasonable. Okay, so with the new options here, reducing your file size is something that you'll be able to do much more easily than it was in Twinmotion before. It was all very hidden before, and we couldn't identify how big some of the textures were. It was really hit and miss. And actually, I came up against this on a project just recently where the file got to a couple of gigabytes and it almost got to a stage where it was unworkable. And we had to work really hard to try and squeeze the file size down to stop it from crashing and actually make it render. So this is an incredibly welcome feature, and I only wish I'd had this just recently. So we've already kind of like made some changes. Don't forget with the materials, you can also click on the clean up button. That will reduce or get rid of any materials that aren't required. So watch this when I save the file. Let's just go and have a look at the file size now. So we've reduced it from 280 to 51. That's an order of 5 times smaller. So really much more efficient to run with our file. We're going to get less crashes. It's going to be a lot faster to render, and Twinmotion will just run much more smoothly. But I'm amazed the ability to get the file size down by 5 times. So I do hope you've enjoyed this quick tutorial just to look at these lovely new features. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Lots more content coming for you, and please reach out to me if you'd like any teaching or training, which I provide via Zoom all over the world for you. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.